Okay.
The Maverick Enchantress by Jasper Valentine.
Welcome to hour one. This is the second attempt we've had to get this going. For some reason, the Q&A app did not appear when we when we were setting up the initial one. So what we've done is created this new Hangout, and I'm going to hopefully get, while we're trying to figure out things, I'm going to start deferring people to this Hangout so that they
Hopefully
can
that's
ask
gonna work.
questions. So, with that being said, if you haven't noticed, the host, I mean, not the host is me, Daniel, Page Wizard, Entertainmentwf, blah.
Blah, blah,
And
blah, blah.
our secret guest today is Tor. And I bet you know Tor from the other times we've done this, and also may have checked out his channel. But yeah, he hasn't been around on YouTube for the past little while. So Tor, why don't you tell him where you've been anyway?
Yeah, I've been actually getting known to the hospitals in Norway. I've been at 2 hospitals. For been like mine also. First time, sort of. And suddenly Dan started to freeze here, so I don't know if he's moving. Yeah, he's moving a bit. Okay, good.
Yeah.
The other time was because I actually had a planned surgery for my right knee. I'm having some cartilage damage, unfortunately, and that's because of a meniscus injury I got back in 2004. So yeah, that's the second time I'm saying this, sort of. And hopefully this is not like the second time they hear it on YouTube.
All I know is at least the good thing is that you're doing better, you're getting better,
Yeah,
you're getting some treatment done, and you're on your way.
yeah, on my way. I'm on my way to Canada, to London in Canada.
I'm just about done shooting up links here.
Yep.
Oh my. Just about done. I got that. I gotta get DeviantArt, gotta get Twitter, gotta get all the fun in.
Yeah, that's good to hear, Dan. You're setting up things, getting ready for the second takeoff. Let's take off for the second time.
Yeah, because
Oh.
I thought my planning ahead would work really well.
Until that happened. Until the unforeseen thing happened. The Q&A problem or issue.
Yeah, because I thought the Q&A would be there. I guess I had to enable it somewhere. I don't know why you need to do it outside of the Hangout. I guess
Yeah.
they decided to change it up. I know I've never had that issue. This is the first time I actually tried scheduling a Hangout, and I don't know. Maybe they do something different with that, or they treat it like it's more like an actual live event where you don't have Q&A unless it's actually a Q&A event or something. I don't know.
Hey, and you know what? I've been thinking a bit, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an amiibo of you.
An amiibo of me.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that during this hour one episode.
Oh yes,
Uh,
definitely.
yeah, and I think it's gonna last for about an hour or so. So we will be done about 7:15 my time or 1:15 your time. You're 6 hours behind me, you know.
Oh my.
Here it is totally pitch dark outside. Pitch dark is a proper word to use now.
Yeah, definitely. I accidentally actually hyperlinked an actual. I accidentally hyperlinked the wrong thing, so I have to go back and do them again. My clipboard didn't properly store it.
Oh gosh, Dan, you rock. You're a rock, man. Det är lite komiskt då, när vi först har planlagt det.
There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Is it like the third time now?
Okay, now I think we're okay. So for those who are arriving or whatnot, welcome to hour one. So we were just having a little bit of technical difficulties. So when I initially scheduled the event, it didn't let me enable Q&A. And so when we started the show and everything, and the Q&A wasn't there. And so I'm looking for Q&A, and then we had to find another link.
Should I be telling about my content for the third time?
So yeah, it's just yeah.
Okay, should I be telling about my condition for like the third time now?
Oh no, you're okay. You're okay. You already told us in this one. So keep in mind, this is the current hangout, and this is hour one. And technical difficulties have been fixed.
I will find it on YouTube anyway.
Yeah. So, with that being said, one thing I wanted to do is make sure to mention that if you have any questions involving anything, like it could be anything. That's the one thing I like about doing this, is you can ask me anything. Ask Tor anything. Ask both of us anything. If you have any questions, put them in the Q&A. Join the Google Hangout. Put some questions in. We want to answer some questions live. It'll be a good time. But keeping that in mind, you have to be here when we're live to enjoy the fun of having questions answered live. Hence the name why we call it live. But the fun is...
Here's a commercial break! Megator!
So that being said, one thing we should probably do, I'm just gonna get some things going here. One thing we should do before we get on to anything is we should talk a little bit about, because one thing I done very recently was prepared a Megman Eternal website. Now, I get a lot of questions that are very frequent, very same kind of things. So what I've done is I prepared a website, and if somebody hasn't checked it out yet, I'm just going to put the URL on the screen here, and you can check it out. That's cutting off there. This is creepy. I'm gonna try this again. Okay. There we go. There we go. I got it there.
Yay!
Yeah, it decided. Did you notice that? It's like mirrors my screen when I turn on and off it.
Well, it seems fine to me. Anyway, I'm a me.
You can read the text that's on my chin.
Yay! And also, I just have to. Is it okay, Dan?
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it. How does it work? I don't know where to. Okay, I got it. I've never been using this. My side. Oh, yay. Okay, I think it's supposed to be HTTP. Okay, that didn't work well. I think it's a bit too long. Is it? Yeah, it seems to be a bit too long. Okay, but you got it to Raspbian.com anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, wait. I have to also move over to the right one, because what happens is if we don't have because right now I'm manually controlling who's viewed. So if you're doing something on my screen and you're not currently in view, nobody will see it.
Right.
Yeah, that's one thing I've yet to figure out is how you actually get it so that it goes back to being automatic where people talk.
And that's one weird thing. That's a, no. Okay, that's nothing. Never mind. It was just a drawing thing that was kind of confusing me here. Never mind.
So why don't we get on start talking about some of the topics we have set up for today? So if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to say ask anything, you remember you can ask any kind of thing, any topic, anything you may find that it might be interesting to ask here. Be more than welcome to do so. But so we'll open up the floor to that. So what we'll do is we'll start talking about different subjects, and if you have any questions between there, we'll interrupt ourselves and answer your question. That's the
And then
fun
you ask Chuck Norris how to answer your question, of course.
of it. I guess one thing I forgot to point out, and you probably people watching have noticed that the quality is probably quite a bit better than what you're used to from these episodes or my videos in general when it comes to recordings of me. You'll notice that
Yeah.
actually the quality is quite a bit better. It's because I've actually moved, so that's why the setting looks completely different, kinda. It's because I've moved from Manitoba to Ontario. So if you live in Ontario, don't forget to give me a shout out. But yeah, keeping that in mind, the internet connection's a lot better. Don't have to worry about fuzziness or anything like that. But yeah, that's why. I just wanted to point that out. But anyways, with that being said, why don't we get started here? So the first thing I thought we would talk about, and probably like the easiest thing to talk about, would be to just simply talk about tomorrow. As big as tomorrow is, it's a big release date for Nintendo, since that's pretty much on the minds of most people that like playing video games. Nintendo has a bunch of things releasing tomorrow. The first one, of course, is the new Pokemon games, which, of course, are remakes of Ruby and Sapphire for the 3DS. So, Tor, are you planning to get that at all, or is it not your kind of thing?
Well, that's not kind of my thing. That's more like your thing, I suppose, like the Pokemon game, at least.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I've
girlfriend's getting
never
that.
actually. I was never into Pokemon. I think I was just a bit too grown up for Pokemon. You're a bit younger than me, so you actually grown up with Pokemon in your young age, you know.
Yeah.
I was like a teenager. I was like, Pokemon? What the heck?
Teenage Tor.
Yeah, teenage tour. Think about it.
Oh
Yeah, back
boy.
in
I'm just
late
imagining
90s.
what. I'm just imagining this. This is kind of what I'm imagining. Imagining this like Tor walking around like this. Like yo, yo.
Like, you're a bit there we go. You were lagging.
I was lagging. Maybe it's because I was
Yeah.
lagging for a bit.
Ah, there,
Teenage Tor.
there we go. Oh, there we go.
Tor.
Pikachu. Pikachu.
But yo, the so. Anyways, with that being said, I guess I should tell you a little bit about what I think about it. I think it's pretty exciting. I personally have never played Ruby and Sapphire myself. My girlfriend is getting the game. Might check it out. I love,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I don't play the more recent ones that much. I haven't beaten Pokemon Y yet. I have to pick it up. But I used to be crazy into it. Oh, Tor, you playing some Zombie U?
I did actually. Yeah.
Well, that's a good game too.
Yeah. And of course, heroes and the most impressive game.
What about Hyrule Warriors? Market 8's awesome
Oh
though.
yeah, I got that one downloaded. I got it downloaded from the eShop.
I've been playing that game so much. It's so much fun. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 is also good. Tor, have you yet downloaded the new DLC for Mario Kart 8?
Well, actually, I haven't, but I know Link is in there. I know you got the Tanushi, Mario, and this sweet princess as a cat.
Yeah.
Catty princess. So you can call her not Princess Peach, but Pussy Peach.
Oh my! That has some interesting. Just sounds interesting. But no, the it's really fun. I recommend. I've played through and played the new races. It's pretty good. It's a lot of fun. And you can also do it online too. It's a good time. On that note, just as a totally unrelated note, if you haven't checked out on my channel, I put out a new tournament. So the person that wins that tournament is another tester gets the chance to play the newest. Like whenever I release the it's like a tester's version, like Tor's getting a test version because Tor is one of my testers when he gets a chance. When I get there, they get the opportunity to try it out and just let me know how it is before I release the whole game. Of course, don't. This person, of course, would never release it to everybody. I would not allow that to happen. That
I
will
don't
count for
understand
you, Tor.
why. Take it easy. I'm not gonna share it with anyone else. Well, maybe my girlfriend, maybe her.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But no, the one thing worth checking out is I put up another Mario Kart 8 tournament. Right now, Jasper Valentine is in first, and I'm in second. So if you want to get that a little bit higher, that spot's for you. So check it out. If anybody's interested in playing Mario Kart 8 with me, just add me well, add my Nintendo ID. It's Page Wizard. P as a page, like a piece of paper, and wizard like the guy with the hat. Uh, Tor, you have yourself
I
a.
think my actually, I think is mine to Rasbjorn? Suddenly I don't recall because I'm having PlayStation 4 as well, and I'm kind of mixing up. But I think my ID is to Rasbjorn, like the web page.
It might. I think it probably is. If
Yeah,
not,
it should be. It should be to Rasbjorn.
yeah. But no, the one thing worth checking out that is pretty interesting about that is actually it incorporates with something we'll talk about a little bit later on with Mario Kart 8 is like the Zelda course, the F-Zero course, the new carts. Check it out; it's good stuff. I would recommend checking it out. But the big thing people are talking about, like not just like there's something even bigger than Pokemon. Tomorrow's also the Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U is coming out on tomorrow. So, Tor, I know you don't really have as much of an interest in fighting games per se.
No, but I was playing a lot of Super Street Fighter. Well, at least number 2, and I was playing the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I think it was. Is it Turbo? Turbo? It was.
Yeah.
As SNES. I really enjoyed that game when I was young, when I was a youngster. It was real fun. Yeah, and I've been playing some. The name is just stopping up now. Midway games,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's a good game.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh
Finish
my.
Actually, they wouldn't say it that way. That's the guy being constipated. That's what it is. That's my first solution if the guy was constipated. They just finish him.
Test your might.
But no, I'm all excited for Smash Brothers. I don't have the 3DS version, but I'm going to be getting the Wii U one. Pre-ordered it along with a Link amiibo, which we'll come to in a sec. But yeah, I'm all excited for Smash Brothers. Hopefully, it'll be a lot of fun. But the other thing we want to mention was the amiibos.
As I told, I will be making an amiibo of you. That will be interesting. So, according to what I've seen, you like to show your sexy little Canadian butt on YouTube.
Oh my.
So, butter up!
Oh my. But no, on Friday as well, the first set of amiibos are being released. I'm getting the Link amiibo. Now, there's a good reason why I'm getting that one. Now, keep in mind that amiibos, if you don't know what an amiibo is, Google it, but at the same time, I can always say, these little figurines, and what happens is you put them on your gamepad on your Wii U, and it enables new content, and also they allow you to train your character, say, especially for Smash Brothers, but it also unlocks downloadable content for other games like Mario Kart 8. You get extra costumes for your Mii's, so that's one other reason. And also, one that I especially love, I've been playing a lot of Hyrule Warriors. I'm seriously just love that game. It's really good. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't played it, recommend playing with two people. It's a lot more fun with two people. Then some of the things get really hard without two people. But you can also get the spinner from Hyrule Warrior. So the spinner, of course, from Twilight Princess. You can get that with the Link amiibo, which will also be a lot of fun.
That's from the Arbiter's grounds.
Yes.
I love the spinner. I really love that item. That's like the coolest vehicle thing, like in a Zelda game. And you know, guess what? This is Link. Wah, 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 wah.
Oh my! Oh, on the subject of the spinner, some news has come out actually of actually for Zelda themed things. In particular, well, we got the announcement for the 3DS for Majora's Mask 3D being in 2015. And of course, we already know that we're expecting a Wii U Zelda game in 2015. But we saw a trailer for the Majora's Mask 3D remake for the 3DS not that long ago in a Nintendo Direct, which is pretty exciting.
Oh, that's good old memories, don't you think?
That's one of the games I'm excited for.
Yeah, and also, when we're talking about Majora's Mask, you know, I'm living in Europe, you're living in Northern America. You. Okay, so for the Europeans, this is like only for the Europeans. No Japan, no Asia, no Northern America, no Africa or whatever. This is only for Europe. They have a special edition where you get a pin badge, a steelbook, a double-sided poster, plus the game, of course. And that's the special edition. So you want to check that out when the next news are coming up, sometime in the near future, I suppose.
That's pretty cool. One game. Now, on the subject, before we get to the next thing I want to talk about, I just have to shove it in there because I have to get my Monster Hunter gluttony out there. Yes, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate is coming out early 2015. If you haven't played Monster Hunter, I recommend trying it out. It's definitely they're planning to try to make it more accessible with the 4 Ultimate. It has tons and tons and tons of extra content. But I'm really excited for it. It's for the 3DS. It's online, unlike the 3DS version for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which was only online for the Wii U version. There is no Wii U version for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, but I'm going to definitely pick that one up on day one. I'm really excited for that. And Tor,
and Dan,
you get that, and I can play with you online.
Dan, I was just going to mention that part. I don't know if it's like a coincidence, but it's like the title is number 4, and you can be 4 players, and that's the ultimate edition we want. So I don't know if it's a coincidence that they actually made it so you can be 4 characters at the same time or not, but yeah, it's very cool.
But no, the one thing, hey Tor, is there any kind of monster that you like in Monster Hunter, like so far from your experiences? Are there any monsters that you've fought so far that you like in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate?
Oh, I like the big bunnies, you know.
Oh, Lagombi.
Yeah, Lagombi. Thanks.
Bunny from hell. that
Yeah,
just
Dungeons
slides
from
around.
Hell.
Just
They
it's
are
like
sliding around, shooting out eyes, you know.
you should see them in G rank. They chuck big ice blocks at you as
Yeah,
well.
it's crazy fighting them.
Wait, I forget if the Legombi's in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Let me just quickly check while I'm at that. 4 Ultimate, see if there's a Legombi in that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it'll be in that one because what happens is they swap monsters out. They put them in different ones. Let me see if he probably the Legombi's in there. It's what you call an easier monster to kill.
Yeah, easier. Easy. I was having Lagombi years.
Yeah. Let
Hey,
me see
talking
here.
about Lagombis, look at your left side, Dan. Your left side. Lagombi. Is
Yep.
that your Lagombi?
Yeah, I just looked it up. Lagombi, yeah, Lagombi's gonna be in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
Oh, that's
So
very
yeah,
cool.
Lagombi will be there.
That's
My favorite that probably won't be in there. No, wait, no, wait, no. I misspoke. Yeah, he'll be in there as a Zinniger. Uh, the I remember Tor, you fought one of those before with me. Uh,
yeah.
the big dragon wolf thing that shoots electricity all over the place.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's probably one of my favorites to fight. It'll be in 4 Ultimate as well.
Yeah. That one was
No,
hard.
but
I
yeah, this
recall
one's
it
planned to be
hard.
more accessible, so it should make it a little bit easier to get into.
Yeah. I recall that one being hard.
Yeah, it took me a while before we got used to it.
One of the cool trolls in the game. That's the monsters that dig into the sand, you know, that big monsters that dig into the sand.
Oh,
Like Mulgera in the sand, I think.
oh
Sort of.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, one
yeah.
thing that I hated was one of my least favorite monsters is a Diablos. I think we fought one off online tour. It's that thing that looks like a Triceratops, and it has these like arms like this, like with wings on it, and it has
Yeah.
really long legs, and it just charges at you. It's got to be one of those annoying monsters in the game.
Yeah, that one is annoying.
Yeah, that one's gonna be in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate as well.
There you have a troll! Troll!
But no, one thing that did come up actually, just to get on subject. Also, mention this if anybody's coming a little bit later on. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the Q&A. So you may have to join into the Hangout to do that. So just like click on where it asks you to join, and you can answer in Q&A there. We want your questions. Seriously, ask questions. Anything. So keeping that in mind, just get on the subject that Nintendo Direct. There was one other thing that was shown a little bit more about was the game Splatoon. Tor, did you
Yeah,
want to talk a little bit about
Splatoon.
that?
That's a cool strategy game, sort of, where you play with colors. You're being a color human, and you can turn into some kind of ink thing that moves. You move in the ink, you know. You're kind of like invincible. You cannot be seen by the others.
Sounds kinky.
I'm really looking forward for that game, and I'm gonna play it online with. You probably know that guy. I told you about this Norwegian guys. I think you might have talked to him with me or no. I'm not sure. I told
Good
him about.
question.
I don't know. I told you. I told him about you. That's what I recall, though. But as like a Norwegian guy, a friend of us, Gun and me, and he is really looking forward for Splatoon and for the Zelda coming for Wii U. So we are gonna have a couple of Nintendo titles the upcoming year, and that's probably the most. Well, I'm not sure. I think that's the year. The year I'm looking forward for the most of the time now is 2015, as it goes for Nintendo games.
Oh yeah.
That's looking for. That seems to be a good year for Nintendo compared to Microsoft.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on Microsoft. Yeah.
No, you'll just get set up. You will get set up, not upset, but set up.
But no, yeah, I'm definitely excited for next year for Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, the Wii U Zelda game. That one I'm especially excited for to see what it is. I just love Zelda, so I don't know. I'm pretty modest with it. I've known people that go nuts over it, but I go nuts, but I'm very modest with it.
Yeah,
Then there's Majora's Mask, the remake of that.
yeah.
What other
And
things?
Xenoblade Chronicle X. Xenoblade Chronicle X.
Oh yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, that one I definitely want to get. That one I
Yeah,
for
me too.
sure
Me
want.
too. Gotta have it.
But yeah, the on the subject of things that are coming out, but also companies. One thing that did come out actually not that long ago was I was reading this article from Nintendo Everything,
Yeah.
and what came up, of course, was a conversation between Sony and a couple little, large companies here or there talking about their games, in particular about the Sony Vita,
Yeah.
PlayStation. Uh, so, so what came up during the conversation, like, was let me just pull it up here. What happened was is Sony effectively was being all butthurt by the fact that Nintendo 3DS was selling so much better than the Vita ever will, probably, even if it got more games. But no, here's what they said. Let me just pull it up. I believe that Vita is the best handheld gaming experience. Full stop. Period. Nothing comes close to that. You can talk about your mobile. You can talk about your tablet. You can talk about Nintendo platforms or what you have in the handheld space. I think pound for pound, buck for buck, Vita is the best gaming experience you can have. Well, the very basic thing I want to point out after reading that quote is what gaming experience. They don't have as many games as any one of the ones that they've mentioned. But they have technology there. And this is one thing I've noticed a lot of when it comes to Sony is they like to blackball other companies because their technology is better, but they don't realize that the gaming experience comes from games fundamentally. If you don't have games, you don't have a real gaming experience. And it doesn't have the games that just are movies that just like with interactive spots. I don't call those really games. They're just like these. I was playing Last of Us actually not that long ago. Actually, when I went to my friends in Toronto, and I was like, this is just a movie on wheels, like on rails, where you practically have these little bits where you're just doing something, and the rest of it's movie, and they could have delivered it so much better. But I'm not a big fan of the movie game, not to be confused with movie license games. uh, but yeah, Nintendo's also said things, but at least they can back them up, like by saying that they actually have games. That's the thing. That's one
Yeah.
thing I don't find. And actually, one thing that's kind of funny about the whole thing is people are pointing out how salty Sony's comments were, and they're actually posting like on Facebook. They're posting like these big shakers of salt. It's very funny.
In,
Uh, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Tor?
my thoughts about the PS Vita compared to the 3DS.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I haven't ever tried a PS Vita. I know my friend, he has a PS Vita. Well, yeah, it's Vita. Yeah, it is. He don't. The first console he ever got was a Wii U, as it was for Nintendo consoles, and that was because of me. Otherwise, he has been into PlayStation. And he says that it's a very good console. The PS Vita is like very strong, powerful, and all that. But I think it has some lack when it comes to games compared to Nintendo. Nintendo is selling a lot of units every week, and they are like the number one in the world as it goes for the moment on the Wiki charts. I don't know the technical specs for the PS Vita, but I suppose it's a bit stronger than the 3DS, of
Oh
course.
yeah, it definitely is.
Most definitely. But as it goes for the gaming experience, it is the games you want, not just the console.
Oh
But
yeah,
if you
definitely.
at the other hand, if you look on the PlayStation 4 compared to the Xbox One, there is no doubt.
But yeah, no. What I often like to describe it as like not to like diminish anything the PS4 has. The PS4 has games. That's one thing I can say. They have some games. They don't have as many as the Wii U does, but or as many high quality ones like the Wii U does. Well, in my opinion,
Okay.
when it comes to gameplay. Uh, oh yes, and Tora, you're showing me some epic stuff there.
Yeah, that's very epic, you
I'm
know.
still jealous of that gamepad. I have the white one.
You only have the white one. Go home, little boy. Get some sleep, you know. Oh.
But no, one thing I wanted to point out was that
Hello, Bieber. Hello, Bieber.
ooh, somebody saying so. DL Miley Bieber is saying hi.
Hello, you.
Hi. Yeah.
So it isn't Justin Bieber, but it's D.L. Miley Bieber.
Yes. It's a hybrid of Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber together.
Yeah. You know what I like behind you? You know what I like behind you, Dan? There's something on your right shoulder. Yeah.
Looks like it's on my shoulder for a little bit there.
Yeah, on the chair. On the chair or table, what it is? Is it a table or just a chair?
Ah, it's over on the shelf,
Oh.
just like those guys are. They're right there.
Demi Lovato? What?
Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato.
She's a singer, if I recall correctly. Well, an artist.
Right.
Music artist.
All right. All right.
But no.
Yeah.
But no, one thing that's worth pointing out is, at least this is my opinion on it, is a lot of the PS4 sales, not to diminish the quality it has, a lot of them came from the fact that a lot of people were scared by Microsoft's policies and they jumped onto Sony just because it was the only alternative that they believe they can get that same kind of gaming experience. A big part of their sales went to that. Most people I know that have a Xbox One don't really care much about like what
Oh yeah,
you and
yeah,
I would
yeah.
consider a gaming experience.
Then, of course, I should recall this, but I watched this movie in Norwegian, so I didn't think about the English version of the song. It was like the Disney song, Frozen. Let it go, let it go.
Oh
You know.
my!
Yeah, of course, sir. That's the name. I didn't recall it, but for those who hasn't heard it, is it okay that I play like 10 seconds of the beginning?
Sure.
Uh,
We'll play it wild.
Yeah, of course there's a commercial break before you actually get to see it, so I'm just gonna skip that there, and here we go. Okay, here we go.
Snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen.
Yeah, okay, so I gave it 20 seconds there, but yeah, it begins like that. The Norwegian version of it is very beautiful too, actually.
I
But,
believe it. Origin sounds very beautiful.
Yeah. But the Norwegian version is also beautiful.
Well, I meant the Norwegian version. I don't like as much the English one. I
don't
heard it way too
know
much.
why. I don't know why, Dan.
Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my. Me oh
The
my.
answer. Oh my.
So, what else were we going to talk about according to our plan?
Okay,
Uh,
well, one thing that's worth mentioning. Now, this is just some unrelated fan game news that I've noticed. Now, I don't know when I was. Oh, we got a question. We got a question. Yes. First question. First question. So this is from Shinryu82. Big fan of your stuff. Uh, are there any game series you'd like to see a new entry in? Tor, you're gonna take that one. You're gonna start it. So, are there any game series you'd like to see a new entry in?
Oh, what a question. I'm in love. I've been waiting for that question to come. Actually, if there is any series I would like to get, I think I'm already looking forward to this game, but it's Mighty Number 9, of course, which is very close to the Mega Man games. So I think we got to have more like that now. Hey, I've been waiting for that for a few years. We got the Mega Man Legends 3 console, we got the Mega Man Universe console, and all that. So I'm very glad to see Keiji Inafune is back on track with Mighty Number 9.
Okay, so I guess with my answer, what now? I don't know how many people know of this series, but I'm pretty sure anybody who's been around me enough on this channel has known that I really like the Baten Kaitos series, or Baten Kaitos as some pronounce. Baten Kaitos, it was for the GameCube, and it's prequel Baten Kaitos Origins is also on the GameCube. Now, I heard like some weird rumor, but I doubt it's true. I don't know that they were gonna make one for the 3DS, but that one would be an interesting series to see more of. It has splendid music, cool card-like RPG gameplay. So you have decks of cards, and it's a randomized but interesting experience where you're doing RPG elements with cards, but also action-based ones as well. It's a really interesting thing to see. I think that would deserve another entry, just to see a little bit more about the story in that one, see where it went. It's still, but at the same time, they kind of completed it with the prequel and the thing. But it'd be kind of neat to see another one of those. That one. I actually had a lot of respect for the game. It's one of those games that actually has like a 40-minute ending. It just does not end until you get to the end of the credits, and even then, it has a little thing at the end. It's kind of like the Lord of the Rings Return of the King-esque thing going on with it. It just has ending. Especially for the first one. The sequel doesn't do it as much. But if they enhance the gameplay just even more than they did in the prequel, that'd be an interesting thing to see. That's one thing I would love to see, is another entry in that. That was actually a really good question. I liked it.
I told you, we were in love with that question.
Oh yeah, I can keep going. If you want, I can keep telling you more.
For that question. It's like the third time I'm participating with you as we go for these hour one episodes. And that's like the first time we ever get this question, and thanks for that, Shine Ryu.
But yeah, if you haven't seen his channel, I'd recommend checking it out. He does lots and lots of playthroughs in games. Especially lately, he's been doing tons and tons of band games. I think he started Mega Man X4. I recall correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think I watched it the other day. But yeah, check out his channel.
X4.
Tons upon tons of playthroughs of band games.
Yeah, talking about Mega Man X4, I did play a playthrough / walkthrough of it as X, and I'm gonna do the Zero run as too, I think.
Oh yes, cool. I like that.
I have to find a game now because I was having a PlayStation 3, but it broke down. It wouldn't read my discs, so I just got the PS4 after a while. So you cannot play the PSX games, original games, on the PS4, which is very unfortunate. It's like the only PS4 games that's working on it. It's kind of like a bit sad. I don't have any. What you call it? You can play like the older games on PlayStation discs. But I understand it. They have done a lot of changes. It will be a lot of resources just to emulate you're making an emulator. So thankfully, I hope they're gonna make some sort of. You had Mega Man X Anniversary Edition. We didn't. Hopefully, they're gonna make something in Europe.
Oh yeah, that was one thing I loved. I actually got it when the day it came out. I was all happy with that. But no, actually, one funny thing, just as a totally unrelated note, last time I was at this one like play and trade place, I saw the game there, and they had it on price for a price that was even higher than the amount I paid for the game when it was brand new. I'm like, holy jeez Louise! Like I paid
Yeah,
$60 for it. It was like on for like $80 at a place that sells like used games, and it was used. It wasn't new. I was like, holy jeez Louise. Like I have the anniversary one and I have the X collection. The only thing I hated about the X collection is they chose to use the not the Super Nintendo version of Mega Man X3, which I thought, but it would be kind of cool if they like integrated the two, like the cutscenes and that. But I just don't like the sound.
yeah, something about
Really weird.
yeah.
But no, on one note, just before I get too off topic, so for those who are interested in Mega Man fan games, one thing I totally slipped my radar while in the process of moving and whatnot to London, Ontario, was that if you've been following some of the fan games that are around, there's this one called the Mega Man 25th Anniversary fan game. Now the game isn't out yet, but they I don't know. It seemed like they redid their whole album, but they have the whole album up online. They have it. I wish I could just copy and paste it here. But if you probably just Google Mega Man 25th Anniversary fan game soundtrack or Final Mix, I think they call it Final Mix. They have the whole thing up, and it seems like somebody did it in Family Tracker rather than the way they had it before, which sounded really bad. Not I wouldn't call it an upper echelon soundtrack like what Mega Man Unlimited or Rock Force or My Game, if I want to put it up there because it's not out yet. Have there's I don't know, some of the songs have really weird melodies. Uh, no, yeah, that one.
That one, did it work well?
Which one?
I was just trying to send the link.
Oh yeah. I see it. It's like
See
right
it,
here,
you
but
see
I
it?
don't know if it's mirrored for them.
Well, for me it isn't mirrored. It says,
Okay.
well,
Okay. So my webcam does weird things. I have an HD webcam that connects a little bit of.
yeah, it's something about the settings. I think it's just the way you see yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So it mirrors it, trying to make like you're looking at a mirror. so that's what they like to do with this webcam, which makes it really annoying. But yeah, check it out. Some of the songs you may like. Some of them are kind of neat, but some of the songs are pretty mixed. They haven't changed them per se. They just put them in more like an actual genuine sound. Before it sounded like some weird echo thing was going on. But yeah, that was one thing I noticed. It totally threw off my. It was off my radar completely. It came out in September, but yeah, it was completely under the radar for me. I usually keep a close eye on this stuff.
I haven't heard about them, so I was just like, huh, what? So I had to go to their website to listen a bit on the music you sent me the link to. And I was like, was it Ant-Man or something? Ant-Man? Ant-Man or something? There was like a tune I really liked there. I just heard a couple of them. I didn't hear a lot of them. So, but I will see if I can find it. Hang on. I will find it. Just
Yes, find it, Tor. Find it. Find it
Let
for
me
me.
find it. Oh man, you're crazy. You're nuts. Where are you? Where? There we go. Listen now.
The melody is just so good.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it's very hit and miss with me. Like some of the melodies just don't do anything for me, but some of them are good.
That one really rocked. I really liked that one.
But yeah,
And also Wily Stage Phase 1, as I recall.
yeah.
Yeah, it really rocks.
It really rocks. Catch the pun.
It's Rockman from Japan. So therefore, it had to rock.
But no, just before we get into more conversation, just to remind people, if you have not asked any questions, this is probably the best time. If you have questions, ask them now, because
we got
we're running out of things to talk about, and we need more.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes. 10 more minutes. Hang on. I got an idea just to fill the moments.
Sure.
Just talk, meanwhile.
Talk, Dad, talk. Oh, but no. I guess on the unrelated note, some people, of course, are interested in Mega Man Eternal and want to know when that's coming up. Seeing as I've posted a website, and the website's up and everything. So if you haven't checked that out, it's mme.pagewizardgames.com. If you haven't checked it out, check out some of the art. It's really well done. I'm hoping to add a forum there. Some have asked me for a forum on the Mega Man Eternal Facebook page. I may put one there if I get some time. I've been kind of busy writing up grant stuff and getting publications together and that. But yeah, I'm hoping to pick up the pace and try to get that out sometime in December. I try to aim my target is try to get somewhere around the anniversary date for Mega Man, but I can't guarantee that. It depends heavily on my schedule. So, but I know for sure, I can tell you it's no later than January.
Finally!
I don't want to drag that into my PhD studies.
So what I was going to show you is kind of like very different games from the one we are used to play when we think about Zelda and Mega Man and Splatoon and all that stuff. I did show you some games on my Wii U, as I told you. But I told you I also got a PS4, so some games I have on disc, that's like 3 of them here. Actually, I have 4 of them on discs. Otherwise, I got some stuff downloaded. By the way, Shine Ryu 82 is asking, what was the first Mega Man game you played? And to be honest, should I start on answering it?
Yeah, you answer. You answer that question, so I demand you answer that.
We're back to the early 90s. I think we are back in 1992 or 93. I don't recall exact what year. I had DuckTales for my NES, and I was, we were switching on playing the games. I owned it, and there was another guy owning Mega Man 3, so I got to borrow it, and he borrowed my DuckTales game, so whatever it was. So I started playing on Mega Man 3 on the original NES of the PAL version, of course. PAL version of it.
It's like in the PAL version, they have blood in it.
So we are like back 21, 22 years. Yeah, 21, 22 years back in time.
Wow. I guess for me, it would have been Mega Man 2. I played a bit of Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, But my favorite and the one I played the most was Mega Man 5, which obviously is why Mega Man Eternal takes a lot of its things from Mega Man 5. And I know some people don't like 5. I think it's personally underrated with respect to 2 and 3. I think why go back to 2 when 5 and 6 did a lot of gameplay mechanics so much better? 4 was really good too. 4 I could definitely say is one of my favorites, but 5 is probably my favorite. But
Yeah.
some ones like 7 are really good. 8, some levels are kind of but it's good. It's still good, except for the
Yeah.
slides and shoots and jumps. And that Wily One stage. But I don't know. 9 I didn't like that much. 10 was definitely better than 9, but it was. Oh.
And then, talking about, guess what theme this is gonna be? Couldn't be fairer, man, could it? No, even better? This is even better. What do you think of when you hear this tune?
I think of you singing.
Oh my, yeah, we've got to love these tunes, you know, good old melodies. And I was telling you about some games I have on discs before Shine Ryu 82 asked the question about what was the first Mega Man game we played. And I got, I think the first game I got for my PS4 on disc was Diablo 3, the Evil Edition. And I played as a wizard, and I played through the game. I haven't gotten all the secrets in it, but I played through it, so I have an opinion about it. It's a good game. I wish it could come for Wii U too, so people could try it, even more people could try it. It's a good game. It's a good gameplay. I like the game design. I like the fights. There are a lot of hard, difficult enemies, even on the regular mode, like the normal mode. They are hard. Yeah. And another game, the second game out of these 3 games that I'm having right here now, that's gonna be Watch Dogs. You know, I never played much Grand Theft Auto. I played the first one on a computer back on, I think it was high school. So we are talking about the late 90s. About 97, 98, 99. Yeah. Sometime. Or even 2000. Between there. I was at the high school from 97 to 2000. So Watch Dogs, you play as a game character. It's like the same character throughout the entire game. I don't even recall the name on him now. It's been a couple of months since I played the game. But I really, Aiden Pierce, you're playing. And you're meeting up on an old friend. I would say friend because he's evil. Kind of like Sigma or Dr. Wily thing. But he wants to have some help from you. And he is capturing your sister, which is your only living family relative, and her son. And you also got to help her son out of the evil hands. So you're actually finding weapons, you're finding some jamcoms. Jamcoms means you're going to interrupt communications. And then you can disrupt communications on the evil persons, you know, on the evil persons. Feel the rock, rock. Is it a rock?
It's a fossil.
Oh. And then you recall you were talking about the movie games?
Yes.
Yes, you have played I mean, you have seen Alien, probably.
Bits and pieces. I haven't watched the whole movie. I'm not a big fan of those kind of horror movies.
Yeah, well, I don't think the game isn't that bad at all. I think it's an okay game. It's like 7 out of 10 I could give it.
Tor's rating 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I rated 7 out of 10. I haven't played I haven't played the entire game yet. I actually had a break now for some reason. Been playing Spelunky. You recall I was showing you that on
Yes.
my channel. Spelunky and Steam World Dig.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can also get Steam World Dig for the Wii U, as I recall.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I got Steam World Dig for free because I'm a PlayStation Plus member, so I got to switch between PS4 and Wii U and 3DS. So the next year is going to be a lot of Wii U, I think.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of Wii U, lots of 3DS.
Yeah,
Monster
especially
Hunter.
Monster Hunter, Splatoon, Majora's Mask 3DS, and Zelda Wii U, and Xenoblade Chronicle X.
And Tor, aren't you going to enjoy my game near the end of this year?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about it. Mega Man Eternal, never heard about it. It's a unknown game for me.
Yeah. The thing that I talk about I don't know since I don't know. Have I been working on it since we've known each other? I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah, you started it originally before we even got to meet each other on YouTube.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been around for a long time in my life.
And I think we started to chat back in 2009, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, so it was about a year after I went into the third iteration of that project. But no, things have been around in that thing for 2003, so it's like a decade fan game in the making. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's that quality though. It's not like the perfect fan game. I don't think people should judge things that way. I think people should expect what the developer did. I know, for example, I've seen some pretty poor fan games that are intentionally trying to replicate an experience. Mine, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to create something that's a little different, but has some bits in there, and it's trying to tribute, not replicate.
Oh my gosh. This is epic. I just got to share my screen with you, Dan, for a moment.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Screen share. Google Hangout. Where are you? I'm just trying to find the correct window here. I think that's the one.
Or just has layer with porn everywhere. It's just
okay.
Got to find the right window. Yes, I see your screen.
Look at this picture. Oh gosh, that was epic. Oh my. How do I stop my screen sharing? There we go.
Oh, you just click on it again.
Yeah. I found it.
Just gonna plug this one more time, just so people know it exists, just in case. But yeah, don't forget that there is, in fact, the Mega Man Eternal website. More than welcome to check it out. It's mme.pagewizardgames.com. There's a whole bunch of things here you can find. It's practically the About page. It's pretty much a manual. In fact, I'm tempted just to make it so that if you press F1, it just sends you to this page. It gives you all the controls, the features, tells you all about what to expect and some of the specifications. Of course, there's some good art here too. Let's see, some of the Robot Master art, some good stuff. I recommend checking it out. If you're interested in fan games, this you probably only like. I tried to make sure it was a good quality website so people can check it out. The game isn't out yet, but it will be hopefully out sometime in December.
Hopefully. As it goes for screen sharing, since we're having so lot of fun, Dan, I just got to.
Oh yeah, show your website. You got something going on so far.
You see it?
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, and we got some links here. It's supposed to kind of look like buttons, but it's all just CSS programming and HTML. And I'm gonna make it the PHP after some time. I have to look back, look at some old stuff, some old school books. School books? Books?
School bus? Like a school bus. Tor, you're looking for a school bus?
Books. Books. School bucks? I don't know what that is. School money? Okay, so I'm actually gonna have a website with a lot of the games I own, as it goes for the game discs, Wii games, Wii U games, 3DS, and DS. My girlfriend is PS4 games, PS3 games, and the DVDs, and even Blu-ray if I have some Blu-ray discs. I'm a bit unsure now. And there's a contact page. You can send me email or go to my YouTube channel here, either one. And there's this about page thing about me. Yeah, that is it. That's what I have to say. Yay. And it seems like Dan is having a lot of fun here.
The focus is strong on treble.
You know, this is not treble, it is Wolf Link.
But no.
Oh.
So just remind people, if you have any last questions, we're gonna be wrapping things up in a few minutes. So if you have any questions that could prolong the show, go for it. We need those questions. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up.
We want it.
We want your delicious questions.
We want to have the questions right now.
We want your questions, just like how me wearing a Sega Sports hat is classic.
I have a Capcom cap somewhere too, but I don't recall where it is right now.
Sega Sports, where at, homie?
Man. I'll ask you questions right now. Oh, Sparkman! I love that theme. I love that theme from Mega Man 3.
Well, one thing I can always do is see if there's anything on ask.fm while we're waiting for more questions. See if there's anybody asked me anything. Nah, nothing.
Hey, Dan!
I got a question of the day on ask.fm that we can answer, although it's not really a question from anybody, it's just a question of the day. Tor, why do you like why do zombies like brains so much?
Because because Plants vs Zombies. I have that game too from my PS4. I have to mention that though.
But no, one thing, I don't know.
I really want to be smart. I want to be like living, I suppose. That's the only natural answer I could think of right now.
If I wanted to go too deep with it, it'd be if we're analyzing. It'd be like, well, they want to be conscious, so they want to eat more brains so that they can violate your presupposition to living and enjoying the world around you. If they eat your brain, you no longer can do that. So zombies are really like vampires of your thoughts. Yeah, and see, that's how somebody would overanalyze the sucker. It's easier to say that people are scared to death and lot of these folklore stories came from, the idea that people could potentially and did not correctly get determine if they're dead and they're buried with them. And people would blame them for all kinds of things. And some people would say, oh, like some people would actually come back, but they're not actually dead. They were just poorly buried. But a lot of people blame it on witches and all kinds of things. But I love folklore and history that way. But that's good for another time. I can go on for a long time telling all about it, like little folklore stories like that.
Then, what album is this theme from, and who is the guy that made it?
That's Mr. Valentine.
Yay! And the album is called Zero.
Get
Zero.
Get
What about this?
That's the Mighty Number 9 theme. Oh, here comes a good question, Tor.
Oh gosh.
Let me read it for us. It's from Shinrai U82. My lovely. Actually, you just are really cool. I like your channel. But anyways,
he's very cool.
What is the worst movie you've ever watched? Or you get the start.
You know, I can't think of any single title right now because I know there's a lot of bad ones. What's the worst movie I've ever seen or watched? Oh gosh. Oh my. I can't think of a single title right now, but I know I've seen a lot of them.
It's a broad part. That's what's happened.
I was kind of like, oh no, not that question. Don't ask that hard questions.
But no, let me think here. One that I just really did like. Let's see.
Lady in the Water, maybe? I'm not sure.
Good question.
Lady in
that's why I like these ones.
Lady in the Water.
I usually don't think as much about this. Let me think.
I've
seen some really bad movies. I've made some pretty bad movies myself.
They don't count.
They don't count. It's because nobody else watches them. But no, let me think. I'm just trying to think of a really good, like, I'm trying to think, like, I know bad ones in my head, but not, like, I'm trying to recall, like, one I remember I just absolutely disliked. Just trying to think here. This is a really good one. I usually don't think as much about this. I usually think of the ones I like the most. Because usually I try to push the ones I don't like out of my memory.
Yeah, same here. I do too.
Oh, let me think here. Think, Dan. Use your noodle. Oh, God. Oh.
You're nuts. You're nuts. You're nuts.
Oh, let me think here. I don't know. I would say the thing I probably have least enjoyed in the past while, I would say, is the Twilight movies. I think that was the only one I've watched all the way through, and I had to watch them because the person that I was with at the time loved them. Like, they claimed they didn't like them, but they watched all of them. I'm like, why would you watch them if you don't like them? Like, there's a difference between critiquing it and just watching and really liking it and, like, going around with your girlfriend and being like, yes, it's so good.
Okay, this is to cheer you up then, because you need to be cheered up.
One lonely Sunday morning, her long hair flowing in the midwinter wind. I know not how she found me, for in darkness I was walking, and destruction lay around me from a fight I could not win.
Lady in Black by Uriah Heep.
But no, if anybody has any last questions, this is the time to do it, because I'm thinking we're going to wrap things up for the day.
Yeah.
But I guess one topic we can talk about, like I have other things I want to talk about, but I can really save those for other episodes. But one, I always want to ask you, Tor, but I've never asked you per se. Is
Okay,
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Because I don't think I've ever asked you about it. What are your thoughts on professional wrestling, Tor? I'm surprised I've never actually asked you this.
You haven't. That's the funny part of it. I know you like wrestling, and I suppose that's why you have the WF in your name on YouTube too.
Actually, yes.
I knew it. It had to be something about wrestling. Actually, wrestling isn't that popular in Norway. It's never been like a thing. I've seen some on Eurosports a lot of years ago. It was like kind of cool to watch, but I don't know.
Yeah, it depends also on what kind of wrestling you're watching too.
I have to think about my health. I have a knee I have to think about. I cannot think about that.
Yeah,
okay.
And it doesn't help that there's so many like different kinds of wrestling. For example, I'm not as much of a big fan of the WWE stuff these days. I'm not a big fan of their stuff these days. I just follow it, but I just find it just so. It's so bad. It's like watching it's like watching like somebody puke on somebody else and finding it funny, but you're watching it just because you want to watch it because it's funny. That's the only reason why I find it mildly entertaining. And I've watched it for years, and it was just, I don't know, it's definitely not the same as it used to be. Since they brought really the writer thing in, per se, like where they don't really have as many wrestling minds behind it. It's way too vanilla. Like there's a little bit of vanilla chocolate thing going on, but there's way too much vanilla in the product, where it's just like it's not, and it doesn't take itself seriously anymore. It's just like there used to be like serious storylines that actually like build up to a big climax at a pay-per-view. Now like they just talk like they're just beating up each other for fun. They don't use anything to really up the ante, or like there was only like one or two things this year that even would merit anything comparable to something that happened 10 years ago, like in terms of storylines. It's really just different these days. I much prefer the Japanese wrestling. They are definitely going on a good route. But actually, I think in Britain, I know there's quite a wrestling tradition there too.
Yeah.
Their wrestling tradition is more like they like the grappling, brawling thing more.
Yeah, they probably do.
But yeah,
I would do more wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's kind of my stance on it. Aside from my own wrestling stuff, I haven't wrestled in.
Damn.
Let me see, a couple years, I think. Yeah, it's a couple years. I really miss wrestling.
You right, miss.
Yeah, it's been too long.
What theme is this gonna be then? Oh, he's thinking! Look at him! He's thinking! What theme? Minish cap!
Yeah, that's British cap.
Hey, you should put that cap on the bunny. That bunny.
On the bunny, but it'll just like cover up the bunny. It'll be like,
yeah, you know,
hi, bunny.
Minish, you know. That fits Minish, you know.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Oh, close
There
enough.
we go. There we go. That's the Minish cap.
Oh my.
Wow.
But anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap things up here, since we don't have any more questions here. So if you have any other additional questions that you want us to answer next time, or if you want me to answer them now, just make sure to specify it in the comments. That if you want it to be answered now, like as in the comment section, I'll check it. But otherwise, I'll try to hold them off till next time. Or if you have any questions that you want to ask, you can always go to ask.fm, and I can always answer them there too. Or Twitter, Facebook, DeviantArt, I'm everywhere.
Thanks for the 4 questions that we got in this.
Yeah, we've got some questions, which is all right. But anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap things up here. Thank you so much for being with us, Tor. I appreciate you taking some of your time and your recovery to spend time with us. And on that note, guys, have yourself a beautiful day, and thank you for watching Hour 1 with Tor. Yeah.
Yeah. Make him a